Good afternoon. Welcome back to Kevin Toll Reads. So today I have a book haul for you all. This is book haul number 11, I believe, on the channel. And so if you saw my weekly wrap up, I got a gift card for Father's Day. I was out running errands this past weekend. What better? I was around some places that I normally try to go to if I'm in that area. And so I did some other book shopping as well. So I went to two different places. I had a gift card for Barnes and Noble. I also went to the used bookstore because I always just like checking it out and browsing when I'm in the area. So I'll start with the used bookstore. I went in there specifically looking for some books, and I'll touch base on. I'll start with them kind of. And I went right in and asked them, "Where's the Western section?" It's the first time I've been in this bookstore specifically looking for Westerns. In particular, I was looking for Louis L'Amour, and I picked up four books in the Sackett series. I picked up The Lonely Men, The Sackett Band, Lando, which looks like a boxer on the front, and I picked up Treasure Mountain. So I picked up those four books, and while I was there, I also saw two Michael Crichton books that I had to pull the trigger on. I have a copy of Sphere. It's in a 3-book omnibus hardback of Michael Crichton's works. I've read this book multiple times. I used to have a paperback copy of this, and I saw this for the cheap, and I'm a sucker for these little mass market paperbacks, and so I picked this up. And I also saw this. If you know me, I read one of his hard case crime books that he wrote under the pseudonym John Lange, and I picked this one up. This makes 4 of those books that I now own of the 8 he has written, or he had written before his passing. And so I picked up a copy of this. This is Drug of Choice. And so I picked that up at this. I don't really see these out very much in used bookstores, so I definitely had to pull the trigger on that. And then when I went to Barnes and Noble, I picked up some books as well. If you saw my review, I reviewed and read Elantris by Brandon Sanderson. Wanted to try Brandon Sanderson out. That was one of my long-term goals. I really enjoyed Elantris. I have Warbreaker, and I have the first Mistborn book of that Mistborn trilogy on my shelf. And so I definitely want to I'm definitely thinking Brandon Sanderson is going to be my jam. And so I picked up books 2 and 3 of the Mistborn trilogy. Picked up Hero, the second book, which is The Well of Ascension, and the final book, which is Hero of Ages. And so so now I have the first Mistborn trilogy on there along with Warbreaker to read. So I'm looking forward to that. I've also been kind of doing my research. There's many different topics on how to read Brandon Sanderson's larger Cosmere universe and what order you should read it in, and a lot of different feedback I've gotten. Obviously, a lot of people say Mistborn is a good entry point. I read Elantris, but there's also, his novella collection, Arcadium Unbound, or I believe is the title of it. And there's people that were like, "Oh, I need to read these novellas first, then go to this book, then go back to that, and go." It gets really in depth. So I'm going to give that a shot and try to, work my way through some Brandon Sanderson in the near future. So I wanted to pick those up as well. While I was at Barnes and Noble, I picked up Stephen King's new book, You Like It Darker. Obviously, I've read and reviewed this on the channel. I already listened to it on Audible when it first came out. And so I really enjoyed this short story collection with a couple novellas in it. And so I picked up a copy of this. I have all the Stephen King books he's written, minus Holly. Even though I have read Holly, I do not own a copy of it, and I do not know when I will, because I really dislike that book. Lastly, I picked this book up because I saw a lot of people on YouTube talking about this, and it really intrigued me. I'll read you the back of it. This is How You Lose the Time War, and it's written by 2 different authors, Amel L. Motar and Max Gladstone. And so the back of this book, to kind of give you the premise and why this kind of inspired me to go after, and purchase a copy of this, was the back. Here's the back of the book, and basically it's synopsis. In the ashes of a dying world, Red finds a letter marked "Burn before reading." So begins an unlikely correspondence between 2 rival agents in a war that stretches through the vast reaches of time and space. Red belongs to the Agency, a post-singularity technotopia, and blue belongs to Garden, a single vast consciousness embedded in all organic matter. Their pasts are bloody and their futures mutually exclusive. They have nothing in common save that they're the best and they're alone. And so I thought that was really cool. And so I definitely want to give this a shot. It's a 200-page book, co-authored. It just seems like it's really unique. And so I definitely want to give this a shot. And that's it. That is my book haul number 11 for the channel. I hope you're having a great day. If you have read any of these books, specifically if you've read this book in particular, or if you've read Drug of Choice, let me know in the comments below. Or if you've read any of the Sackett series, I'm interested in your thoughts on that. Definitely, I'm a sucker for series, as you know. I'm going to be having a series video coming up soon this week where I talk about series that I've read, want to read, or am currently reading. And I'm definitely a sucker when it comes to series. But let me know in the comments if you've read any of these. I'd like your feedback. And I hope you're having a great Monday. And I will talk to you all later. Thanks.